Man, it is such insanity. I don't even know what to say. Folks, we are witnessing the biggest shit show of our lives. This is a bigger shit show than the Great Depression. All right, I got some good tariff news. I've got a whole bunch of bad tariff news. And I got some questionable tariff news in the middle. And then I got a rate prediction at the end of this video. First up, the good tariff news. The US Senate voted down Trump's original tariffs on Canada. Remember the ones where he said stuff was going across the border and we're like, yeah, bullshit? Yeah, that got voted down. It got voted down by Republicans, Mitch McConnell and Rand Paul of Kentucky. Because the biggest industry in Kentucky is manufacturing, which is being hit extremely hard by these tariffs. And also, whiskey. Kentucky bourbon. Canada's a huge purchaser of Kentucky bourbon. And we've taken it off store shelves. For those who said elbows up would do nothing, elbows up did this. Okay, before I get on to the bad tariff news, here's some questionable tariff news. Russia, Cuba, and North Korea escape worst of Trump's tariffs. Russia, Belarus, Cuba, and North Korea avoid reciprocal tariffs because the US says it hardly does any trade with them. The Penguins got a tariff. How much trade are you doing with the Penguins? Let's just say the world has questions. Big questions. Big questions. Like, how the hell did you come up with these numbers? The Penguins want to know. Yeah, the more the world looks at these numbers, the more they realize that they're all bullshit and someone used ChatGPT. Now, I don't want to scare you, but this is bad. The Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act of 1930 extended the Great Depression. But the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act was thought through. These tariffs were not. Somebody couldn't even be bothered to think about what they were doing. Let that sink in for a moment. And with all these facts coming to light, there is a panic sell-off. It's ugly. It's bad. That's gasoline, that's Brent crude, that's West Texas. It's bad. Before you say anything, yes, 2 days ago the wholesale price of gasoline was indeed $2.34 a gallon. Yes, before the announcement, Brent crude was up about $75 a barrel. Can you spot the announcement on this chart? Here's Western Canada Select. Here's the 5-year Canada bond. But wait, there's more. Because this is the lowest level the bond has been in 1 year. But wait, there's more. This is the lowest level the bond has been in 3 years. But wait, one more. The last time the bonds did this, it was the lead up to the great financial collapse. All right, there's a rate announcement next week. A return to tariff-free trade is highly unlikely at any point in the next 4 years. Hold that thought for the end of the video. Bank of Canada rate pause likely amid extremely fluid tariff situation. Yeah, I think we're going to cut. Because I don't care what the CIBC says, we are not in decent shape. We are very much not in decent shape. And that's for March. The shit show has just begun. Before all this, I would have agreed that we're holding rates. Now, at minimum, it's going to be a quarter point. It could be a half a point. I don't understand. The Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act of 1930 was made famous in the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Who has not seen this film? Like, everybody and their brother knew this was going to be bad. The last time it happened, it was called the Great Depression. But then there's these questionable choices being made. Like, the numbers for the tariffs. That make no sense. There's the places that got tariffs. That makes no sense. There's the places that did not get tariffs. And they're saying, oh, it's because they already have sanctions. Yeah, okay, sure. Tell that to the Penguins. This is likely the single greatest act of buffoonery the world has ever witnessed. No, really, we're witnessing history in the making. This is the single greatest act of idiocy by any world leader at any point in time in the last several hundred years. He's talking about a third term. People are talking about third terms. I'm telling you, he may not make it to the end of this term because you can do a lot of bad shit in the US. But lose money for big companies ain't one of them.